Hello everyone, it's Jack Cotton, luxury real estate expert, author, and agent. I'm driving around here after this big snowstorm we just had. We get a snowstorm now every weekend, usually a Saturday or a Sunday, and then we get another one on Wednesdays that go into Thursday. So pretty much every 3 days now, we're getting a snowstorm, as you can see as I drive around here, how high the piles are. And don't forget, we're on a, we're on a sandbar sticking out into the ocean, into the Gulf Stream, known for its mild winters. And so this kind of snow that you're seeing here is a little bit unusual for us. What's also unusual is the bitter cold we have had because, frankly, even the ocean's frozen now. And ferry boats are affected, the Cape Cod Canal's affected. But what's also affected is the mental state of a lot of people who live here, real estate agents included, because this is not fun. This really isn't fun. So we need to do some things to stay in a good, strong mental state besides looking at real estate on the web in Florida, in my case, which is what I'm doing. I don't think I have the courage to move, but it's fun to fantasize anyway. But as we talk about keeping our mindset positive in this kind of weather where, we haven't seen the bare ground now for coming on 2 months, and spring is less than 2 weeks away and on the calendar, but it's nowhere in sight otherwise. So let's talk about 5 things we can do to overcome winter doldrums or winter depression so that we can be ready for the market when it does turn. I mean, the market's happening, but at a much lower rate than it should be happening at this time of the year. This is the time of year in my market that people should be out looking at expensive properties that they can have it all bought and renovated before the summer begins, but they simply can't get here because there's a storm every single weekend. So that's not doing much for anyone's mental state right now. So let's talk about some things we can do. Number 1, understand that your physiology affects your psychology. And I'm pretty sure physiology is a word, but what I'm trying to say there is that physical activity affects your mental state. So standing up straight, sitting up straight, getting some exercise. It's hard in this weather, but some things you might like to try are shoveling. I don't like to shovel, but I've done a little bit of shoveling. I shoveled up my grill. I shoveled up my outdoor shower. I got a big snowblower, and I make things for the kids to ride around the yard and the driveway with their sleds with my snowblower, and I also do my driveway with it. And it's fun to conquer the snow. Find ways you can get exercise. I also got an Alaskan snow bike, which you've probably seen before in my other videos. It's a blast to ride around in the snow. It's an incredible workout, but it's my way of, I would not get through the winter without my snow bike because I can ride on the beach, I can ride on the golf course, I can ride around town after the snow falls. It's really a lot of fun. And then check your listings. Make a point of getting out and moving around and checking your listings. Make sure your market preparation checklist everything's looking good in that checklist with your properties. And then report back to your sellers. We did a whole series of videos on how you can use this kind of weather to build the bond between yourself and your seller clients who are way far away in many cases, wondering what's going on in the market as they watch weather news reports of, monumental snowstorms and blizzards and nor'easters occurring where they own their second home. So number 1, physiology affects your psychology. Understand that and take action to make that a positive thing for your psychology. Number 2 is tune things up. Tune things up. For example, I went through and redid my entire listing presentation. My company came up with a bunch of new things for our listing presentation, so I adopted it all and customized it to myself. So I've been checking my listing presentation, my buyer presentation. I'm going through all my systems and checklists to make sure there's nothing I need to add or change. I'm actually making some changes to my preparation checklist based on the weather we've just experienced, some things I covered in last week's video. So tune up your systems and checklists. Number 3, you've got to double, if not triple, your affirmations and your positive questions. Hopefully, you're asking yourself positive questions every day and you're using positive affirmations. If you're doing it once a day, do it 3 times a day. If you're doing it twice a day, do it 4 times a day. Whatever you're doing, just double or triple what you're doing because you really need that. And also, think about rewording them to make them stronger as well. That's number 3. Number 4 is, I'm getting close to my house here, hold on. Number 4 is, well, Stephen Covey says, sharpen your saw. I figured that since this is a winter video, I'd say sharpen your runners, like on your sled. So read more and turn your car into a classroom. So read more positive stuff. I just discovered TED.com, TED.com. You probably already knew about it, but you want to go to TED.com and watch some of these videos. They are incredible and a great way to learn while you're working out. I put my iPad next to my gym, and I can watch a TED video while I'm working out. It's really great. So, and then turn your car into a classroom. Also download things from iTunes on your iPhone, play them through Bluetooth or get CDs, whatever you need to do. You need to bombard yourself with positive, just positive stuff. And then lastly, more calls and notes. Call people on the phone, call people in your sphere twice as much. If you're doing 5 a day, do 10 a day. If you're writing 5 notes a day, now do 10 notes a day. Just do what you need to do to create that activity, because all this activity is going to pay off, because in my case, in my market, I believe there'll be a lot of pent-up demand that's going to burst forth whenever this snow melts, which is probably the 4th of July. But anyway, you know, we want to be ready for it by having our mental state as good as it can be, by having our systems as good as they can be, by having our, you know, our knowledge and experience, our role playing, all that stuff, and having more prospects because we've been keeping in touch with them. So anyway, that's my spiel about mental powering yourself through a tough period of bad weather like we're having now. Hopefully you won't experience this where you are, but you might. So listen and learn. Don't forget, first Tuesday of every month, luxuryrealestateunplugged.com. And don't forget to go to my website, jackcotton.com, and check out Work with Jack and see what I've got offered there for you. Until next time, make it a great week.